It's time for mini news sesh. Yeah.
All right, welcome back to Design by Wingnut Social, the mini news sesh. I'm your host, Darla Jethro Powell, and today I'm joined by social media manager extraordinaire Hayden Medlock. And Hayden, today we have some much welcomed, I should say, Instagram news. Hallelujah. What you got?
Absolutely. So my mini news today has to do with Instagram's big switch of focus back to photos from video. So as you know, in 2022, we've spent endless hours focusing on video content because that's what was gaining optimal traction within the platform. And it was something that everyone was really liking. Personally, I'm excited to see this switch back to photos and back to Instagram's, original platform. As you know, your feed could get complicated with many things that may not be associated with anything that you even like. So this will get back to Instagram's main goal of just sharing those photos and less videos, back to the roots of the real Instagram platform.
And I'm sure interior designers everywhere are just rejoicing because that is like the money shot, right? The cream of the crop are those beautifully shot, professionally shot, just still photos, like architectural digest editorial shots of your space. And that's what we want Instagram for. And I have enjoyed a lot of the video content, and I think that there's still a place there for sure of getting your name out there and doing video, but it's not like, that's it. That's all we're really supporting. Forget the photos. I think that's a really smart move. How much of this do you think was pressure from celebrities like Kylie Jenner and others telling the owners and the powers that be at Instagram saying, no, what are you doing? Go back to the photo feed.
I think there's been a lot of push from, all ranges of celebrities. Adam actually said himself that Instagram has gone way too far pushing the video content. So in 2023, they really will reestablish their focus back to what the users are wanting and why they got on Instagram in the first place. So as you know, Instagram did gain their original popularity just from sharing these still beautiful images. And that can be, the family images, and that can be the business images. So either spectrum, people really enjoyed the still images and just kind of a place to share their memories, share their business. And it's just a simple capture, or it can be, those really ornate, expensive images that all these designers are paying good money for. And unless you can put them in a reel, they've just kind of went to the wayside unless you're posting them on other platforms. So I think this will be great for interior designers because many can spend endless hours and may enjoy creating them, may not like creating them, or may not know how to create them at all. So this is going to be something very exciting to get back to the basics for one thing. So I'm very excited to see that.
All right. So here's a little caveat, though. So for those designers that are out there saying, yay, finally, I can stop doing video, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to embrace this situation and get as many photos as you can. I think stories are still going to be a great place to pop on and show, that original, just true to yourself. Do a quick little video. This is what I'm going to do today, or this is a project walkthrough. But really on your main feed to focus more on just those beautiful still images and showcasing all the time and the beautiful work that you've created there for your users and your audience.
So you would support them not doing reels anymore, or do reels still have a place?
I think reels do still have a place. I think I would focus, if I was going to do 5 posts a week, I think I would still just do 4 posts of feed posts, just these still images, maybe a few close-ups, a few wide shots, and then try to still incorporate a reel here or there. I think, as we all know, Instagram's going to stick with whatever is sticking. So if these still images do end up performing very well, Instagram will stick to those. And I think if reels are still gaining them more traction and keeping people on their platform, that they're going to stick to the reels. So I think it's still important to be incorporating those within your account, but it's good to have a balance between the two. I know we focused really heavily on reels in the past year, so we'll kind of switch our focus now to having a good balance between the two.
Yeah, I have noticed, and we have noticed too, that reels aren't quite getting the same traction as they were last year. So they're already starting to shift that algorithm. And here's something too, and perhaps you've noticed this as well, that speaking of still photos, this is still under the still photo category, but carousel posts. Going back to the carousel post where you swipe left and get a couple of really cool storytelling shots in there, it seemed to be picking up in the algorithm. Is that purposeful, do you think, for carousels, or is that just part of the basic photos are bumping back up in the algorithm?
I think carousels are a great way that they are trying to push their focus back towards the still images, but also creating a more captivating way to keep people on the platform longer. Because when you have these still images with the text on them, you have to keep scrolling to the next one, to get to the main point that you're wanting to see. And a lot of times that's also content you're going to save and come back to later because it was something useful for you or for your business. So I think the carousels are going to be a great transition into focusing their main focus on the still images and still keeping people spending more time on the platform, because sometimes the still images can be easy to just swipe over, where the carousels stop you and you end up spending time reading. Or it's great for before and afters for interior designers, because you can show a beautiful before image and then in the caption have a hook that leads them to look at the other image.
Yeah, those are very effective for interior designers. So what's old is new again, right? Everything seems to come back around. Very welcome news. I can hear the interior designers cheering in their cars as they're out in the gym. They're doing housework right now, listening to this podcast. It's deafening.
I'll be very excited to see where this update goes, to see if it actually sticks or if we're going to go back to videos. So I guess we'll see in 2023.
We certainly will. Hayden Medlock, thank you so much for joining us. You're amazing as usual. Now get back to work.
Thank you so much.
Mini new sesh. Yeah.